See, so Russia, what they do is they hack into emails and then they find links to each email. And as far as the binary codes of the the email address, they are able to decipher and hack into senators' emails, congressmen's emails, representatives of the Senate and of Congress. And if you notice that during the early around 2012 and onward, there were Russian and Chinese hacking into business corporations. So they were private corporations that they were able to get uh, account information, to get links of accounts, information of social security numbers, information of email addresses, and so they cross network and we and started zeroing in into the personal communications of family members of the Senate and of Congress and their devices, meaning their smartphones, their laptops. And so by hacking into the family members' communication grids of senators and congressmen or representatives of the Senate and congressmen, uh, Congress representatives, and excuse me when I say men because there are women, so I mean representatives in plural general sense. So they hacked into the networks of family representatives within the Senate and the Congress and hacked into their smartphones. So while they're sitting at the table eating dinner, the the Russians and the Chinese were able to listen to conversations of family members of the Senate and of the Congress, and that's how they were able to hack into. They find their way into the DNC archives, and then they were able to find their way into the Pentagon, and they've seen the designs of uh, of hypersonic missiles as far as America's designs, and they were able to take parts of their designs and advance it and show improved upon what America was up to as far as designing their own particular hypersonic missiles. So Russia scientists were way better than the American scientists, and they beat America to the finish line when it came to hypersonic missiles. And so when Trump was vetting out the FBI and the CIA, undermining them because they were warning them about, because the intelligence agencies of the FBI and the CIA was warning Trump about Russian bots and how Russian bots work. Trump didn't fully understand the complexity of the networks of spying through Russian bots and how those Russian bots were able to infiltrate family members of the Senate and of Congress, and through that they were able to hack into Homeland Security and the Pentagon. And between China and Russia spying in this type of fashion, they were able to reverse engineer America's design and improved on aspects of it that gave them their own versions of further advanced more than America's design was. And so when Trump in 2015 was going around with his son in the Trump Tower meeting for the espionage evidence, Roger Stone running to InfoWars, Alex Jones, and then running to Julian Assange to get stolen emails. They didn't understand the complexity of the CIA and the FBI when they were saying Russian are using bots to infiltrate America's communication grids, internet grids. So when the FBI and the CIA was saying, "Hey, there's Russian bots in our communication grids, the internet communication grids of America, there's a lot of bombardment of Russian bots." Well, those Russian bots were sleeper cells, if you will. And what I mean by sleeper cells is that those bots were able to infiltrate family members of representatives of the Senate and of Congress. So while they were home thinking that they were having family time, quality family time, talking around the dinner table, and then you get what I'm saying? There's a lot of gossiping within families that you can inadvertently find the truth of what's going on in any situation. and then when you cross-reference the information, it gives you a better sense of the generality of the quality of the intel. So you can weave out the probabilities and know exactly how the intel is leading as far as Russian spying craft is concerned. That's how they do it, as well as China. So they were able to hack into corporations and hack into a large trove of Americans' personal information. But that had to do with the networks of the representatives of the families of the Senate and of Congress. And then they use the generalities of those hacked public archives from public corporations to zero in to the binary codes of the communication devices of these officials that allowed them to have access and eventually hacked into Homeland Security and the Pentagon. And they got a treasure trove of hypersonic technologies that, while Trump was busy saying, I have no reason to doubt Putin in Helsinki, in reality, Putin was retrofitting China and North Korea with hypersonic missiles. So that's while Trump was looking stupid, bragging about how beautiful the big love envelope meant to him and how he was having a man affair over the love envelope of Kim Il Jong's sweet nothings, if you will. Uh, I was getting irate at the ignoramus that Trump is, and so to this day, the FBI is chasing Trump's tail to try to counteract the fallout of classified information. That they basically have to keep on going uh, round and round like a carousel to Mar-a-Lago to intercept those classified informations of reports that are compartmentalized. And so Trump kept on the first time the FBI went, because you got to understand, Trump has a lot of fear of his obstruction with the Russian investigation and the Ukrainian impeachment, uh, and his affiliation with the Exxon in the Russian Arctic, that Trump doesn't want to go to prison for it. So all those archives that he took to Mar-a-Lago has to do with a lot of skeletons of those deeds that he's trying to bury and trying to keep him away from the public view or the government view. So, but in consequence, he doesn't see what's going on around him in regards when it comes to Russia and what he compromised this nation, not only our national security interests of defense, but also the European interests of defense. And so when he was in the bragging and kept on bragging at his rallies, oh my God, you should have seen the envelope. It was big, it was beautiful, it was so fun. Let me try to sound like him. Oh my God, you should have seen the envelope. It was beautiful. It was big. It's a bromance. Like when he's talking like this at his rallies, I get so frustrated that I feel like I got rabies. That he gives me artificial rabies, and I go into a convulsion of spasms over it. But behind the shadows, Trump is dim-witted. And when I mean he's truly dim-witted, he is truly dim-witted. Anyway, Trump says, oh, I'm smart. My uncle went to MIT. That makes me smart. As a physicist and an engineer, I beg to differ. Talking about nuking hurricanes to dissipate it. Like that won't rain down on us with radiation. But that's the type of idiot that Trump is. They mentioned, oh, we got hydroxychloroquine. And he assumed that got to do with chlorine. He's like, hey, wash it down with a bottle of chlorine. Hydroxychloroquine. Like, this guy is a buffoon beyond compares. And this is me just being kind speaking of Trump. You don't want to see me when I start verbing out curse words in regards to Trump. But the buffooneries at his rallies, the buffooneries, yeah. Adam Schiff, Crooked Hillary, Lying Ted, Little Rubio, Pocahontas, Little Rocket Man. It makes me think that this is a 5-year-old kid arguing in a kindergarten box over his over his toys. He's arguing as the chief and commander like an idiotic, naive kindergarten kid. Give me my toys back, Little Rocket Man. Give my toys back. Give my toys back, Little Rocket Man. Oh, he gave me a beautiful love envelope, teacher. Beautiful love envelope. It's like I've never seen America dumbed down to the point of Trump. I go into convulsions. Like I got artificial rabies and I'm foaming at the mouth every time I see his rallies. I can't believe America can be this conservatively dumb. This conservatively assholed, conserved, dumb of a constitution that is Trump. Close to a douche. And I'm sorry if I gotta use a little bit of silvering up for these politicians to understand the direty of the situation. But if I had to dumb down my language like Trump, then this is the way I will communicate with the Republicans.